It really does sound like something you would read in a history book. As the world burned, Trump golfed. And I want to give you the latest update as to what Trump has been up to this weekend. Doing really well in his golf tournaments as he took a long weekend after crashing the global stock market and sending our economy into chaos. But what's interesting is it's not just you who's feeling the anger about this. And before showing you Trump and what he's been up to, and some reporting as to why he decided to skip the dignified transfer of the soldiers who died in Lithuania, the U.S. soldiers, there are protests as we speak erupting against Trump and Musk across the country. This is in Boston.
All of the presidents vetoed the Urban League of Eastern Massachusetts. Thank you for being part of the resistance.
So thousands and thousands of people there in Boston, and you have scenes here. This is in Nashville. These are called hands-off protests. USA Today reports thousands of people have begun gathering across the country to voice concerns over President Donald Trump's actions since taking office. The hands-off protests, scheduled to begin at noon on the East Coast, are expected to be the largest and most numerous gathering since Trump's second term began. Nationwide, more than 500,000 people have RSVP'd to attend one of the 1,000 rallies, marches, or protests organized by grassroots groups. And then they're talking about the live streaming of it. Of course, to protest the actions of the Trump administration economically, assault against our democracy, the DOGE steps that have gutted so many crucial programs. And then Reuters reports that hundreds of protesters turn out in European cities against Trump. So also protests against his foreign policy as a part of the same hands-off demonstration. And meanwhile, Trump is having a good old time. People are in pain and terrified and wanting a president who can explain the madness, but instead he celebrates it.
Everybody having a good time?
No!
Everybody having a good time? Good time? Is everybody a Republican?
Is everybody a Republican? By the way, looking like a turtle right out of its shell. Just dilapidated as it gets. And you heard him say, is everyone Republican? A lot of people are going to be wondering, why? Why is it that Trump isn't understanding that people don't want this? It's because until the end of his term and beyond, he will surround himself. His closely curated people will be placed so he can be cheered and you're amazing and we love you. There'll always be some people who will do that. There are some people who Trump could personally shoot them in the face and they would still love him. And so you get those people and he's always going to be told he's doing something great, and anything to the contrary is fake news. Josh Wingrove posts a White House statement per Pool just now. The president won his second round matchup of the Senior Club Championship today in Jupiter, Florida, and advances to the championship round tomorrow. If you're scared about the state of our economy, if you're scared about what's to come, about the tariffs, about the DOGE actions, about unconstitutional actions and dismantling our government, don't worry. Trump's winning golf tournaments. That should make you feel better. Now, all of this golfing, while I've defended the concept of presidents needing time, maybe even a lot of time, to decompress, it doesn't make much sense to go for a long weekend after you just crashed the stock market, number one. And number two, Trump railed against, as CNN reminds us here, Obama playing golf.
Obama, it was reported today, played 250 rounds of golf.
Everything's executive order because he doesn't have enough time because he's playing so much golf. Obama ought to get off the golf course and get down there. I'm going to be working for you. I'm not going to have time to go play golf.
He played more golf last year than Tiger Woods.
Guy plays more golf than people on the PGA Tour.
I love golf. I think it's one of the greats, but I don't have time.
If I were in the White House, I don't think I'd ever see Turnberry again. I don't think I'd ever see Doral again.
I'm not going to be playing much golf, believe me. If I win this...
Yeah, and of course, he's now played way more golf than Obama. And, but who cares? Who cares? We care, but who cares? Here is Maggie Haberman explaining why it is that Trump skipped this dignified transfer of the 4 soldiers who died during, service training in Lithuania, and Trump chose to golf over appearing at their dignified transfer.
Interesting the president chose to go play golf today. I mean, does he...
I think long ago he stopped caring about certain optics, and he's made very clear during this presidency he's going to do what he wants. And, it's not just playing golf. He went down to a Saudi-backed golf tournament that his family business does business with to speak at some event related to that. So, yes, all of this...
And did not go to the return of service members.
And did not go to the transfer of the dignified transfer of remains of those fallen service members. He is not messaging this in a way that suggests that he understands what average people might be going through right now. And part of what it is he is convinced he is right. He is convinced he's going to show people he is right. He has believed in terrorists for 40 years. He wanted to do this last time, and he was stymied by a bunch of advisors who were much more pro-free trade. And now he's going to do what he's going to do. He's doing it in a very different economy, post-COVID. He is doing it on a much broader scale with these tariffs. And I think most significantly, Anderson, with a formula that does not make sense to a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, that's one way to put it. A formula that doesn't make much sense. And so the reason, as this headline reads it, is that Haberman says Trump skipped fallen soldier ceremony for golf because he stopped caring about optics. And it does seem that's happening. Because any president normally would be maybe a little bit concerned when the whole stock market starts spiraling. When it seems that could be an indicator of future, more foundational economic issues. Not Trump. Not anymore. And he's certain that he's correct. Which is scary because one saving grace before that minimized the worst of what could have been the worst of his damage first term was people around him convincing him to not do certain things in a lot of areas, and him seeing negative press and that kind of restricting him a little bit. Now he doesn't care. The quote was, he doesn't give an F, was what one of his officials said about him. And so in that environment, the chance that he's going to reverse, which is what we need for our economic well-being, just got a lot less likely. Now, at these hands-off protests, you had different members of Congress speaking, like Jamie Raskin.
He gave us the right to speak freely, to publish freely, to worship freely, to assemble freely, and to petition government for a redress of grievances. Dr. King said, we've got the right to protest for what is right without being arrested, deported, or fired. We got the right to read the books we want, including 1984 and The Handmaid's Tale, even if they now belong in the nonfiction section. We've even got the right to call the president deranged for crashing our economy, destroying $6 trillion of wealth and turning.
There is real palpable energy. And what I keep coming back to is I hate that people had to feel it to oppose it. But at least now I do believe it's likely people are going to oppose it very strongly. Here's more.
The problem is is Kavanaugh's roommate at Yale. He's known as a pillar of the legal establishment. They say, though, well, the number of courts striking down Trump's policies is completely unprecedented. Well, so what?
Yeah. I think this clip got cut off too early. What he goes on to say is that's only because the number of his illegal actions are completely unprecedented. Exactly. They keep screaming about how it's proof that the system is rigged against Trump because of all of these rulings against him, but that's only proof of just how illegally he's acting. But again, the split screen will keep coming back to what is he doing? He's doing this. He's getting his short game. Is that short game? He's getting his chipping game polished. What a moment. Share your thoughts in the comments. Support the show. Get the members only bonus show by clicking that join button below.